My name is Alyssa.
And I'm Emily, and you're listening to Slash and Slay, a horror podcast.
Emily, who am I? Ready?
A shoe bill platter.
A shoebill
Pelican.
Shoebill pelican, cockroach, monkey, dinosaur, emu
With 5 vaginas.
with 5 vaginas. That
5
is
bloody vaginas.
exactly what I am.
And you are in the movie. You co-star with Nicolas Cage in the movie. You hungry hippo.
I am a hungry hippo in this movie.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
Guys, today, if you can tell from the title, we're talking about the Nicolas Cage. It's a slash and cage.
It's a Slash and Cage, guys. Number 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
With Nicolas Cage.
With Nicolas
He's here.
Cage.
Welcome,
Hi,
Nicholas. Hey, he's
Imagine
not
one
here,
day he
guys.
just like was.
Oh my gosh. I would literally be like this.
And our 7 listeners would be like,
Our 7 listeners would be so impressed with us. And
would.
we did it for you guys.
yes.
All 7
we
of
worked
you.
so hard for you.
So Nick Cage is in
Arcadian.
Arcadiana. Is that what it's called?
I think it's just called Arcada. We should probably know. Hold on.
Guys, I really thought it was Arcadiana.
Okay, well,
I looked it up about 20
while we're
times
looking it
during
up.
the movie.
Emily, do you have any Slash and Slay? Well, how are you, first off?
Well, thank you for asking. It's called Arcadian.
Arcadian.
Okay,
Yes, okay.
so we're both wrong.
Yes.
I'm doing very well today.
Great.
Actually, you know what? We both are saying we're not doing that well today.
Yeah, today's kind of a
But-
shitty ass day.
But it's not, actually, guys, it's not really even our mental. Like, my mental's not as bad as it was last Monday. That's for damn sure. We got kind of hungover this weekend.
we did. Emily threw me an amazing party.
An amazing bird.
An amazing
It was
party.
so fun.
For me and my husband's birthdays. And it was so much fun. It was apocalypse theme.
Very fun.
And it was
we survived
fun.
the night.
We survived. Few people dressed up.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was really fun.
So, yeah.
It was fun. Good food. Good friends. Good time. I forced everyone to play some games.
Yeah, everyone loved it.
It was like such a wide array of people there.
Yeah.
From all walks of life.
All walks of
And
life, all
it was so
ages.
fun. Yeah. But I had not that much alcohol, and I had it over a very long period of time. So,
Yeah, like
and I was eating.
5 hours.
Yeah, so
6
I never
hours,
like
something that.
felt really like I got a little tipsy after my first shot, and then I guess I was just like in party hosting mode, and then I never really felt it. But I did reap the repercussions. I got none of the benefit, all of the
Yeah.
negative side effects of
Love that
being
for
drunk.
you.
So yeah, yesterday
Love
was
that for you.
not good. I was just like, I guess I didn't even realize I was hungover. I was like, man, I'm just really tired. But it was like I was bone tired. Like my body was sore, and like
You had to go do stuff.
I did have to do stuff, and like
Stinks.
I literally was like, have you ever been like you're about to go do something and you're literally like having to wake your face up to like
Yeah.
talk to people? Like that's how I was literally like, okay, like you can't just like walk around with your eyes closed. Like that's how I wanted to be.
Yeah.
I was so tired. But I'm feeling a little better today. I think you feel worse than I do.
I
today.
do.
Well, you did drink more than I did.
I did drink more than you did.
I hardly drank anything.
And because I was at home.
Yeah.
So, didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, she's tired.
She's
She's hungover. Oh, that's good. We want her tired, guys.
Yes, we need me tired so that I'll actually sleep for once in my life.
Everybody, give us your sleeping tips.
Please.
What positions you sleep?
Give us your position.
Give your positions. As
Favorite
in-
positions.
Give us your favorite position. We'll have our own. What's that called? The
Sleep study?
Sumi. No, the
Oh.
Kama Sutra.
Kama Sutra, but for sleeping.
We'll have a Slash and Slay Kama Sutra.
Yeah. Perfect. Slash and sleep.
Ooh, we could do that. We could do an ASMR podcast. Slash and Slay.
We should.
Just talk like this.
We're gonna talk like this really quietly. And we do like some okay, that guys.
So there's this really scary.
And we go back.
Yeah, there's jump scares.
Yes. There has to be because it's a horror podcast. So you never know when they're going to come.
Slash and sleep.
Slash and sleep. That's a good idea.
And like this can be our like, let's go down. Wait, let's slash and sleep. And that's our like intro thing.
Yes.
Okay, new podcast.
New podcast. Whole new podcast.
Guys, we're killing this one.
This one's dead.
Done. We're done. How are you?
I thought, did we already talk about that?
Well, I didn't specifically ask you. You just
I just volunteered that.
No, I asked you how you're feeling today. That's what I did.
I am good though. I mean, I'm fine.
Feel better than you did yesterday.
I will get through. I will.
You'll persevere. She'll sleep.
I always want to start the week off right, and I feel like I never do. And I just did not start the week off right. So, but it starts tomorrow. Starts afresh tomorrow.
You know what? The pressure you put on yourself, you'll never, feel like you did the right thing because you're a perfectionist. And also, that's just human nature to feel like you're always failing. And you're not. You're doing so much better than a lot of people are. Not that you should compare yourself to other people, but
yeah,
think about it that way. And also, you're here. You showed up. You made a commitment.
I did.
I'm here. I showed up.
We made commitments to each other.
Your birthday. It was your birthday weekend. Be kind to yourself.
Yeah, true.
It's fine. And Mondays are just Mondays. Mondays suck.
True. And
there's nothing important about Mondays. You can make your week start on Thursday if you want.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's very insightful.
Literally, time doesn't matter.
Time has no...
As in, like, dates and things like that. Like,
true.
It literally doesn't matter.
It's all just, like, a construct of, like, someone literally made this up.
Yeah, someone literally... What's his name?
I don't remember.
Who did the calendars?
Constantinople?
Isn't that a city?
Like a place.
Yeah.
Constantine
Emperor? Yeah, sounds about right.
Sure, we know history.
Yeah, we know all about it. Do you have any slash and slays?
You know what? I actually don't. Well. Okay.
Wow.
So, of course now, like, because my husband kind of gets on these kicks, like when he either like watches a movie with a certain actor and he really likes it or something, he'll like then watch. Like he was on Superman for like the last like 2 weeks maybe.
Superman? Like all Superman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the CW Superman TV show.
Oh, okay.
Then the movies.
Is he excited for the new one?
I don't think he is.
Okay. I was gonna say he can see it with my boyfriend, but that will not be allowed.
I don't know if he is. I think he's over it already.
Okay.
So then after like we did the apocalypse, stuff, we're talking about movies. He's watched like 4 apocalypse movies.
Dang, okay.
So he watched this one called The Domestics, which I had seen. It's basically this couple that's trying to travel across America during the apocalypse. And it's like very like Mad Max-esque, like steampunk, and like there's different like gangs and stuff that they have to like get through in order to make it to this, one world
thing.
Yeah. So I say it because it's a solid movie.
What makes it different than Mad Max and not like a ripoff?
Because it is still set kind of in the modern, like our worlds, like cities, towns. I think they're trying to get to Milwaukee or something. So it's like, our streets that you would know and houses that, typical.
Okay. It's not like a barren wasteland.
Right.
I think Mad Max is mostly barren wasteland because it was like in Australia.
Right.
Right?
I think so.
Right.
Sounds about right. Right?
What are the other ones he watched with you?
He watched one called Z for Zechariah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely more of a low-key one. I didn't watch all of it. I just watched, like, the end.
This, like, my friend is reading the Black Winter series right now.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to have to
reread
them. I'm just going to reread them. Oh, I just love it. And now these creatures.
Yeah.
They're giving me those vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Anyways. So, yes. And I haven't really read anything. I did get Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix.
Woohoo!
And I'm like, I feel like I've read so much, but
It's just a big one.
I'm hardly in it at all.
That's definitely his biggest one, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I was trying to convince our book club to read that because I was like, I'm reading it anyway, so knock it out. But one of the girls was like, oh, I do not like Grady Hendrix. And I was like, oh, really? Like, what? Like, what have you read of his? And she was like, only the Final Girl Support Group. And I was like,
yes.
Yeah, of course I would also hate him if I read only that.
Got him.
I would have been like, what is this? Is this guy on crack? Like, what is he talking about?
Horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, Southern Book Club and How to Sell
That's
a
why I said I
Haunted
was
House.
like, Southern Book Club guys are very good.
Those are legit.
How to Sell a Haunted House. Those are definitely my top two, as we've discussed. And Best Friends Exorcism served its purpose. It was fun. It was fun. Are you liking this one so far?
Yeah, I am. It's a little depressing because it's like set in the 70s, or like early 70s. And it's like, these teenage girls that are getting pregnant by these, and then like they have to be shipped off while the men who got them pregnant just get to like ignore it and pretend like their lives get to go on. And it's just like really depressing.
That's the thing about his books is like they're always really sad at first.
Yeah. And then it's like empowerment.
Or it's something, it's empowerment and also still sad.
It's empowerment because it is like empowerment, but you also know that it's not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, I like am glad that my best friend's exorcism ended the way it did, but it was still really sad. Like it was not it wasn't a satisfying stereotypical bow wrapped on it ending. Right. It was like, oh yeah, this is how it would end. Yeah. Same with Southern Book Club, I think. But I'm gonna start it next after I finish the book I'm reading now. Good. Which I plan on flying through.
Good. So I can't say.
You cannot slay yet. We'll see. Hopefully we do a whole episode on it.
Yeah, we probably will.
I'll try and read it real quick.
Me
Slash&Slay? Me Slash&Slay. I haven't been, or I didn't watch anything. Surprise, surprise. I did watch a few TV shows. I watched my prison TV show.
Right.
Which honestly is terrifying. It's called Unlocked, a jail experiment.
I need to watch it.
It's so good. It's on Netflix. I'm obsessed with it.
Did I start that one? Sounds familiar.
It's like where this Arkansas jail decides to let one of the pods open the doors for 6 weeks. And they continuously get, like, if they're good, they get more privileges and more privileges to see if they can, like, work as a community. And so, like, there's no officers in there. They just come in and, like, do a head count once a day. And if they see something bad on the cameras, like, they'll interfere, obviously. But it's mostly, like, about safety and seeing if they can work as a community. And, oh, it's so good. And the interviews, so good.
Okay, I have to watch it.
Yeah. So I've been liking that a lot. Book-wise, I actually finished a book today. It's not a horror book. Can I talk about it?
Sure, of course.
Sure, why
not?
Let me see what else. I also did finish something else too. Let's see. Oh, this is horror for sure. I read High Crimes: The Fate of Everest in an Age of Greed by Michael Kodas. So it's a nonfiction. It's similar to, did you ever read Into Thin Air by John Krakauer?
No.
It became the movie Everest with like Jake Gyllenhaal and everything. But that was like true story. And this is kind of like takes place like 10 years later, and it's the same like situation, like a journalist, the guy Michael Kodas goes to Everest. And, you know, when you go up Everest, there's usually, I mean, there's like the season that you can go, and there's a few days within that window that you can go up, and there are different like groups that are going, and you can pay like to go with this big group of like, you know, 40 people, and they've done it a lot of times. They're all prepared. They have, you know, you pay this certain amount, whatever. Some people like try to do it on their own. Some people do it with somebody that said, yeah, I've been to Everest before. Yeah. You know, there's no like really credentials. You'd have to accept word of mouth. You have to, you know, because how do you regulate that kind of stuff? Right. So basically this one he was talking about when he was on the mountain, somebody died and from a different group, and he found out about it like later. And this man turns out to be like 69 years old, which the guide did not know that. The guide claimed to have summited Everest. That was a lie.
Yeah.
The older man that was like, who was 69, was like on his way. He made it to the summit, and on the way back down, he couldn't make it. The Sherpas that were helping him go up there were like, "Well, we said we'd get you to the top," and then left him to die. The guy didn't tell anybody for 2 days that he was missing. And you just find out like all his stories didn't match all this stuff, you know? And so basically like his daughter was like, I'm going to go find my dad and find out what happened to him. And they're like, I mean, he's dead. So she was like, I'm going to make sure this man never like takes anybody else and, you know, things like that. So she became a journalist and started like doing investigations into that kind of stuff. But he was just talking about like his experience on the mountain too. And it's like people were stealing from each other. People refused to give each other food.
It's like lawless.
Yeah, it's like crazy. Like if you left some like life-saving supplies for you on the way back, like it's probably going to be gone.
Yeah.
And so there's like no way to regulate or anything. So that was terrifying.
Yeah, that is.
But I slay it because it was good. Good storytelling. I also read Shock and Suspense Stories, a graphic novel. It's a whole bunch of like short stories from 1952, and it's like moral stories, and unfortunately they're all like still things we deal with, like intense racism and
dang.
Yeah, it was like, oh, so y'all like, yeah, we're talking about the importance of what it was like, you know, in 1952 saying like, hey, the KKK's bad. And, like, a lot of people didn't even know that was a thing. You know what I mean? Like, because they didn't have the access that they had and everything. It's like, now that we do and we still choose to be evil, that's sad. I also read a cute romance / like, I feel like it's more like a sister book. Like, it was about the sisters. It was called December to Remember. And I finally finished it. It's very cute.
Is it by Carly Fortune?
Jenny Bayless.
Oh, okay.
It's about a cute little Italian village. And the sisters come together.
Fun.
It was really cute. And then today I finished The Boys of Riverside, a deaf football team, and A Quest for Glory. I've been on my nonfiction kick.
Nice. Dang, you're like way ahead of me with books.
It's audiobooks.
I have downloaded a few audiobooks that I'm like, I'm going to like.
Did you get my text about Bright Young Woman?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Foster.
Yes.
Yeah, I only got through like.
I literally got through 10 minutes again today because I was like, why didn't I? Because we both want to read this book, A Bright Young Woman. And I think it's basically like Ted Bundy retelling type thing, but from the victim's perspective. And I tried to listen to it on audiobook, but it's Sutton Foster.
Yeah.
And I just like.
It's hard.
I just am expecting her.
Birds, good morning, trees.
I just keep expecting her to be like, times have changed. Yeah. I'm like, girl, anything goes. I did start Good Night, Beautiful. Goodbye, Beautiful.
Good Night, Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like literally on the way here.
Oh.
But the audiobook is
bad.
The guy goes, that ass. Like he literally said it like. He said it so bad. He was like, and then the doctor came in and he was like looking at his ass, that ass. And I was like, what are you saying?
Wait, I don't remember
it sounds
that
so weird.
sentence.
I'll have to play it for you after this.
Gosh.
But yeah, those are my slasher days.
Nice.
Slay.
Nice. Well, should we?
Let's dive into this movie. We haven't even said one single thing about it.
We haven't.
So we just watched it moments ago.
Literally
20 minutes ago. If you're unfamiliar with the story, what was it called again? Arcadian. Arcadian. I'll read the synopsis.
Yeah, go for it.
Shall I?
Shall you? You shall. You shall.
Oh, it's on Hulu?
Yeah.
Is that how we watched it? Okay, good. Because it had been like, you had to pay for it.
Yeah.
Up until like last week.
It was on
That's
Hulu.
crazy. In the near future, on a decimated Earth, Paul and his twin sons face terror at night when ferocious creatures awaken. When Paul is nearly killed, the boys come up with a plan for survival, using everything their father taught them to keep him alive. I feel like that's not very accurate.
No.
It was, should we give overall thoughts?
Yeah. So it was a very like beautiful locations, like filming
Yeah, for some
locations.
reason, now knowing that it was in Dublin, like
Yeah.
why? They're not They were all American.
Yeah, except for the one dad was British.
Kind of, yeah.
But it was very beautiful.
Well, it made like nothing in the box office.
I doubt it would.
993,000.
It.
That's not even enough for Nick Cage's. Like,
I know. He's done so many movies, so I think he's okay.
Yeah.
I think he just picks stuff that's like, this could be fun.
Yeah, I think so too.
We love that for him.
Yeah. We will preface it by, of course, Nick Cage was amazing.
Yes. He played great papa.
He was really great. He made me tear up.
Of these two teenage boys. One who plays Bill in It.
His name is Jaeden Martell. And the other one is Maxwell Jenkins. I'm trying to see what he'd been in.
He looks very slightly familiar.
He's in Reacher. Have you seen that?
No. Was he like the young Jack Reacher?
Let's see. Lost in Space.
Lost
Joe
in
Bell.
Space.
A Family Man. Dear Edward. Betrayal. The
Pretty
Bondsman.
sure. Lost in Space. I think he's like the older brother or something.
Yeah, maybe. He's been in some random stuff. But anyway, Nick Cage was amazing.
The boys had horrible haircuts.
On purpose, I think, but it
was
distracting.
on purpose. It was distracting, but it also makes sense at the same time.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Because, like, I don't know.
I just wish they would have, like, committed. I don't know. Like, where do they have any, like, reference for their style?
Right.
Like, what are they looking at? He was literally reading a chess book from 1965.
Yeah.
For entertainment.
And it's like, did they not have mirrors either? Because, like, that time he looked at himself in the mirror.
Yeah, I guess they don't really have mirrors. And I guess they got they raided an Urban Outfitters or something.
Right.
For their cute little beanies and ponchos.
It was Urban Outfitters chic.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to just call him Billy. What was his name? Joseph? No, Joseph.
Joseph, yeah.
He was, like, always, like, dressed like, I don't know, like Patagonia, like Urban Outfitters.
He had like this beanie that he wore like above his ears.
Yeah, it literally looked straight out of Urban. And then Thomas, the other boy, was like, I'm a Nike boy, I'm a North Face. Yeah. They
definitely did a good job of like differentiating these twins, like their personalities.
They do not look related at all.
No, but fraternal.
Right. Nocturnal.
Also, we don't know, like, I do wish we had a little bit more backstory of like, what happened to the wife? Like,
no, we know nothing.
Nothing about the...
And I still know nothing.
Yeah, still know nothing about the world, how it got that way.
And not that that's like needs to happen, because I will say this is basically a ripoff of A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Nearly exact same plot points. Major plot points, at least. And we didn't really know anything about them.
True. Till Quiet Place 2.
Yeah, but like we didn't need, like, I never needed a sequel
That's
to Quiet
true.
Place. I never needed a prequel. I never needed that. Like, I loved it how it was.
Right.
And so I think that these creatures, which please look them up, they're absolutely
insane,
freaky. Oh my gosh.
I'm like whose brain did these creatures come
They
from?
just remind me of like those creepy bugs that you see somewhere on like a documentary that look one way from one angle, and then another angle they have like a 3D head or something. Like,
yeah,
so
but they
freaky.
walked like monkeys.
They had hair like emus.
They had hair like emus.
And they had snatched little waists.
They were little skinny. They were like, also had like dinosaur like type, I don't know.
Yeah, they look like velociraptors.
It's wild.
And then arms that unfurled multiple times, like a little like, what is that thing that like it extends? I don't know. It like literally like extends several limbs, like, and then a giant like retractable nail that goes out.
Yeah, like a sword.
It was so weird and like so
the creatures
ambiguous.
Did not make. There's too much going on.
Yes,
with the creatures.
They were so ambiguous and so ambitious that I was not scared of them. I was like, "You're so weird."
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm like, "You're so weird."
What is it? Like,
You're
it was
so
distracting
freaky.
because I just wanted to. What is it?
They have no, like, they're just not like, they're nocturnal, but they just like They don't die in the sun, though. They just don't
Right.
like it very much.
Yeah, it's like they just kind of hurts a little.
Like, I don't really like the sun. So it's like, okay.
So there wasn't like any sort of clear defining like sunlight.
No, you
nighttime.
literally just have to blast them or chop them or something.
Yeah.
Which, like, brute force. Okay. And they like to burrow.
They could burrow. They also like to form giant wheels and roll toward people.
Like 5 of them would like hang on to the other's like legs and feet and then be like and like roll.
Literally roll.
It was insane.
It was strange.
I think they like it just really took me out of it.
Yeah.
Because they weren't scary to me, and then like when the CGI was like
I did get jump scared.
Bad. Yeah,
that bug. It was a bug, right?
Oh yeah. There was a lot of cockroaches.
Yeah, because there was a lot of cockroaches, but it never really made sense that it correlated with them, I guess.
No, I think they like honestly had the plot line where the bugs were the problem, like kind of how they talked, and then they were like, never mind, we just won't do an origin.
Right.
Like we're gonna cut 30 minutes off this movie.
Yeah.
And then nobody will know where it's from. Yeah, I just had a lot of questions about because in A Quiet Place, they can hear you. Done.
Yeah.
They're highly sensitive to hearing. We know that without anybody even having to say it. Here, is it light? Are they attracted to, do they know that people are in there? How do they sense people? Can they smell things?
It seemed like they could smell,
are they
hear,
hungry?
see. It was like, it just, there wasn't a motivation.
They were hairy and squishy.
Yeah. They opened up their vaginas and stuff came out, and then they swallowed someone up.
Yeah.
And kept them in there like a sack. Like, that was...
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I was literally looking up, like... And if a movie, like, makes you have to look up something and, like... I don't know. I was literally, like, just trying to figure out what this creature was. And I was like, what is this creature inspired by?
Like, I understood the creatures in A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Even though they were weird and gross, they had long limbs and, like... But I understood them, like, without... them.
Exactly. Like, I know they're freaky and they are literally just acting on instinct, and it's to kill anything that makes noise. That's their prey. They don't eat them, they just kill them.
Yeah.
So, and there was literally even a waterfall.
Yeah.
Just like in freaking Quiet Place.
But there was like a little, they were definitely underground creatures. It was just, all of it was like
very confusing.
It was fun to watch and laugh at.
Yeah. I mean, again, Nicolas Cage, very good.
Yes.
I liked the dynamic of the 3 of them together in the house. I wish there was more of that before shit hit the fan. I will say, like you pointed out, they would leave the house really close to dusk.
Yeah. They would leave with like maybe 3 or 4 hours to spare. To
like,
go like far off.
That would just be tomorrow. That'll be a tomorrow thing.
Yeah, just start early in the morning. You have all day. You have like leeway, just in case.
I also don't like how like with this one, and like I think other movies do this too. Like in A Quiet Place, we see them like mess up. You know, like if something went wrong. You know, this is the repercussions. Whatever. This one, they're like everything they've been working on for 15 years is like. We figured out how to make this thing drive. How convenient.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, just so happens to now that he has a girlfriend and I maybe trapped one. Now they know how to get underground too and get into our houses.
Right.
That's crazy coincidence. All of those things happened on the same day.
Yeah. It was like, it would make sense if they had... I don't know, had already had that cart working before. Maybe it had broken down and he was trying to fix it. That would have been different. But him like, oh, magically he now has this cart that he's been working on.
Also, I think it's weird that he's the only one that's friends with the other neighbors.
Yeah.
Because you would think like, you know, community.
Right.
Like build at least
and like
don't kill us relationship.
I guess like all those guys were like farmers helping with the sheep.
I have no idea.
It was confusing to me.
It was like all over the place.
It was.
I did not like the boys on their own. I think that they did not learn lesson. I think they were pretty stupid.
I guess but
they're 15-year-old boys, like I guess.
The end. And so what happens is Nick Cage goes to rescue one of the boys. And that's when they find out the creatures can burrow underneath and come up from beneath them. And so Nick Cage, who happens to have a bomb with him,
Yeah.
blows up the creatures, and in the process blows his arm off.
Yeah, he got
and
nubbed
gets hurt.
now.
And so basically the boys have to try and get him help and keep him safe while the creatures are trying to burrow under the house and get in.
And I still don't understand. So the first night that we see them, one of the creatures comes and like rattles the door. And then like rattles it again. And then rattles it again. And Joe is like, the first one was a test. The second one, he was actually trying to get in. And the third one,
He was just frustrated.
And he was like, they're really smart. I'm so confused. How does that have to do anything with them burrowing underground?
And like,
And how did they find that out?
If they're so smart, then like, why did it take 15 years to figure out they could burrow under the house? And have they been around this whole time, 15 years?
And did they just come from, like, how? I'm so confused.
The more we talk about it, the more confused I get.
And yeah, no, I'm just very confused. And the other farm, they didn't seem to have any like protection.
No. They seem
They
comfy,
even had
cozy.
their
Well,
windows open.
He did say the creatures don't really go to their farm. So
I
then
wonder
why
why.
all of a sudden did the creatures start going to their farm?
And why did all the sheep start running away?
Yeah, in the middle of the day. I
And there
'cause
was
they
no
were
creature
burrowing
there.
Under? I don't know.
Oh, maybe they're like, whoa.
Whoa, something's under my feet.
I'm so confused. And I hated their fingers. I hated their face. I hated their vaginas. I hated the blood coming out of their vaginas. I hated their snatched little waists and their hairy little arms.
They were just weird. And then the way that they literally like snapped, like they're
Oh, yeah, they would like hungry hippos.
yeah, literally.
Super fast, like freaky. And Jared said, I think it's to make the CGI look better. And I'm like, yeah,
Right.
100%, for sure. It just looked bad. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I have so many questions about them, and I don't like to leave a movie with questions.
Right,
Not
I
in
don't
like that
either.
way.
Yeah. Like if it's a question, I want it to be a philosophical question, not like a what the hell?
What the hell was that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm forgetting about all of the sweet parts of, like,
Yeah.
you know, the fatherhood with the two boys.
Because of course,
and, like, that was
in
sweet.
traditional Nick Cage fashion,
Of
he
course, in
does
traditional quiet place fashion.
quiet place fashion,
And
you're
and
right.
Nick Cage.
And Nick Cage fashion, he does sacrifice himself for his children.
I mean, do you remember that moment in A Quiet Place? Like, I'm sorry to compare it to it, but it's literally a blatant ripoff almost.
Yeah. I do remember it so clearly.
Inconsolable.
Still not over it.
Absolutely heartbreaking. This one, you were like, yeah, I guess.
was
Like,
like-
he can't fit in there.
Yeah, he couldn't fit in they had a because they're gonna bomb the place. So then they had a freezer. So there's 3 of them. They all had to get inside the freezer. No way Nick Cage would have fit in there.
No.
And they could barely hold it down.
No, yeah. So, of course, that was going to happen. And there was, like, a flashback of him holding his sons, and it was really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the whole rest of the time, I'm just, like, thinking about what the hell are these creatures?
Yeah.
They take so long to show it to you.
Yeah, it's like this big reveal.
I almost wish we never had seen them.
Right.
Like, the more ambiguous, like, when you just see the face, that was terrifying.
Or the hands.
Yeah, the hands or the face, terrifying. They change colors sometimes. Like, what the hell?
What the hell is this? And they never brought it back to the correlation with the bugs. Because he had drawn pictures of bugs all over. When he explored that ship, there was, like, bugs everywhere, like, flying everywhere. The things didn't, like, they had bug-like qualities, but
Barely.
It was more mammal because they had hair, like, all over the whole body. So, I don't know.
And again, we don't know what their purpose is. We don't know. I literally know nothing.
I know nothing. I'm dumber coming out of that movie than I was going in.
I know less about that movie than I did going in. Because I was like, oh, I know I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
No, actually, I don't, and not in a good way.
Right.
You know, what the hell? You did not
what the hell is
make
that?
a good movie at all. I don't have nothing else to say, but it was like kind of bad, guys. Sorry.
This is
disappointing.
Are you slash or slay it?
No, I'm gonna have to
slash it.
Yeah, I almost forgot how to say slash because I was like, I never
slash Nick Cage movies.
I mean, I
don't ever slash Nick Cage because again,
no, he did
so
good
conquered.
even with a nub and being unconscious for half the movie.
Yeah, because he was. It really maybe wasn't fully a Nick Cage movie because he wasn't unconscious for most of it.
The beginning, where it was like the sirens and he's like foraging or whatever, that was really good.
Yeah,
I was like, yes, I'm in this. Let's go.
Yes.
And then okay.
Yeah.
These boys are the worst.
They were. The way that they would just start fighting over this. I'm like, you're going to spill the soup.
I know. I was like, your father gardened this food.
Like, chill out.
He was like, I don't know. I like how in like, A Quiet Place, he's like really protective. Mm-hmm. Here he's like really protective, but then he's like, now go a few miles down and forage. And even though it's 4:00 and the sun's going down in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Seriously. You're like, what? We're boring her.
This movie is making me yawn. I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's so dumb.
Oh, like they were like, oh, typical 15-year-old teenage boys, but like
they have no reference.
Yes, I'm like thinking seriously, psychologically, if you didn't grow up like in that sort of like high school, like developmental, your peers,
you only have to fight the hormones,
right? Then would you really still have the same kind of angsty teen? I don't know what the answer is.
I think that I think that they would have, be tired of each other because that's the only people that they're around. True. And I think he would be thirsty because he found a girl. Mm-hmm. And, like, hormones, obviously. But I don't think that they'd be, like... I don't know. I think that the way that Nicolas Cage was acting in this, like, they know the stakes.
Right.
And they, like, chose to make these stupid mistakes. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's, like, teenage boys, like, in nowadays will choose to... skirt responsibilities. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think they would choose to when it comes to life or death.
Life or death, right.
But unless, I guess, their daily is life or death and they get used to it. And True. Then, I don't know. They're just so dumb and annoying. And I hate them. I wish they died instead. Sorry.
And Nick Cage lived. Well, good stuff.
And also, how come they don't know how it started? And they did not need to, like, bring it up. Like, I wasn't thinking about how it started because it didn't matter to me. Oh, because
that's what the game he was playing with the girl, right?
Yeah.
They were trying to figure out. They were trying to make up stories about how everything started.
Yeah, but, like, I think Nick Cage was there, right?
Right.
So, like, hello?
Maybe he wasn't. I don't know.
He seemed to have been there. Because, like, there was still a city to be at.
True.
Unless, I mean, I don't know, obviously. See... These questions are...
We just don't know.
They made more questions.
We just don't know.
And then at the end, they leave with the redhead, just like in It. Just kidding.
But he didn't get the girl. Oh, he didn't get the girl in It either, technically, at the end.
Yeah, that's true. He had a wife. So I definitely slash this one. So sorry, guys.
So sorry.
I was really excited for it, too.
I had to slash it, too. I know, I was, too. I mean...
It was fun to watch and laugh at. We
enjoyed the time we had watching it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Any movie's enjoyable when you're with your friends. Your loved ones.
Jared was making me laugh because he was like, what's that? What's that? What's that? And I was like, I don't know. Nobody knows. We have the same questions. It's like watching a movie with my sister. That's why I love it. Okay, Cage, Slay, movie, Slash. What should we watch for our next one? We still haven't watched his original.
We haven't. Next month is February, like Valentine's Day.
I think we should, because Valentine's
like a vampire, right?
Yeah.
We got to.
Should we do romantic werewolf movies this year?
Yeah.
I don't know any.
I don't either.
We'll find some, because we did vampire.
We did
right?
romantic vampire movies last year.
We did
the year before we did
zombies.
So yeah.
Now we can do some werewolf ones. Or maybe
Sounds
witchy
good.
ones, if we find more witchy ones.
Right.
Werewolf. We can watch Practical Magic again.
Practical Magic again.
Woohoo!
I love Practical Magic.
I love Practical Magic. Well, guys, I have nothing else to say about that movie.
I know. This is probably going to be the shortest episode we've done in a while.
Well,
usually we can talk longer. It's just like I have too many questions and not enough answers. It was only an hour and a half movie.
yeah.
So
I want to look up how long A Quiet Place is.
I'm going to guess. An hour and 56 minutes.
An hour and 30 minutes. They did so much more in an hour and 30 minutes.
Are you kidding?
An hour and 30 minutes. I wonder what the box office is for this one.
A bit better, I think.
I'm sure. Wait, how did I even see that? I think I'm on Wikipedia. So it could be wrong, but yeah, 341 million.
It's a bit better, if you ask me.
The budget was 17 million. I really do want to watch it because I was reading about the deaf football players, and I'm just like fascinated with sign language right now. So I think that's really interesting. It did not have a budget on here. Directed by Benjamin Brewer. And he does not have a Wikipedia page, so
Well,
don't know.
I mean, I don't think like the the filmography was very. There was like zoom ins, like
Oh yeah, it literally was like The
shaky,
Office.
like when they were running, it was like running behind them, like shaky and stuff.
Yeah,
made me a little sick. But I think there were some good.
Okay, Benjamin Brewer.
Shots.
This is interesting. Yeah, I think it was pretty.
Yeah.
Like cinematography. Ben Brewer is the rare American independent filmmaker who happens to have also shared a Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album with comedian Louis Black. Directed comedy legend and filmmaker Jerry Lewis, and has also designed visual effects for movies he didn't make. Okay.
Okay.
Wait. No way he did this. Wait. Oh, he did visual effects for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Damn, really?
Yeah. Directed Arcadian. Writer for Reptile. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
He's only done a short film before. So.
Well, everyone's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
That sounds so.
He also did. He was a director for David Guetta featuring Justin Bieber. A music video. Okay. We all gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
Get better, please. If you're gonna work in this
Well,
Cage,
is it his fault?
Yes.
If it's the writing.
Let's see who wrote it. Shall we? I'm just trying to like fill it. We gotta get at least to 45
Like,
minutes.
what should the director get blamed for?
I think they get blamed for everything almost.
They do.
But
They do.
not that should, Screenplay by Michael Nylon.
Michael Nylon.
Who's named Michael Nylon?
Sometimes I do think about like, I mean, they're not ever gonna find this podcast, but yes, I think constructive criticism is constructive criticism is good. Mm-hmm. It's good to take. Sometimes I feel bad just like shitting on someone who like wrote the script and like sold it and they were so excited. Wait. Okay, no. Is he bad?
I think this might be his like one of his first written ones. He's done a lot with Nicolas Cage, producing a lot. So I think Nicolas like fine.
He was like giving him a little chance to try.
But he produced this one too, like Arcadian. So which one have he written?
Why was it called Arcadian, you think?
I have no idea. What does that mean to me?
I don't know.
I think of Arcadia. Producer, co-producer.
Arcadia.
Executive producer of Left Behind.
Okay.
Okay, he's only written Arcadian and Braven. Also
Braven.
also starring Nicolas Cage. So I think he's just... Oh, is it Nicolas Cage? I cannot even see. No, it's Jason Momoa. See, I think he's just produced a lot of Nicolas Cage movies.
Arcadian is an adjective relating to or constituting an ideal rural paradise. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. I think he just wanted to write something, and they're like, yeah, just produce it, you know?
Yeah.
And he produced, like, Willy's Wonderland, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Pay the Ghost,
Oh, wow,
Left Behind, Rage, Vengeance, A Love Story, The Trust. So I think he was just like, okay, yeah, for my buddy, the producer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let him have it.
Well, he sucks, so. Never write again.
Damn.
You slashed.
Well, you suck.
You slashed.
Try again.
Anyway, guys. I'm gonna go home and watch my prison show now.
I'm gonna start your prison show.
You're gonna go to sleep, actually.
What time is it? No, it's only 7:30. Oh, it's
7:58. 8.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Go to
I'll watch
sleep.
one episode.
Okay, I'll watch one episode too, and then that was me sleeping. Oh, love you guys.
Love you guys.
Follow us on Instagram at slashandslaypod. On TikTok, it's still back. It's still back. It's still back at slashandslaypod. Send us an email at slashandslaypod@gmail.com. And stay tuned next week for something new.
We don't know what yet, and you don't either.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Love you guys.
Bye.